This is Kunal Narwani, and welcome back to the Teacher to an Actor journey. Now, first of all, we have to say hello to Jeffrey. Jeffrey is still doing well, so you know what? Kudos to me. Now, Jefferson / Jackson / Jasmine / whatever name we gave that other plant, not doing too well. So we have to replace. You know what? I think she's Jasmine. That one in the back over there is a cactus. We don't know the name yet, but we'll make one. Otherwise, you can tell me the name. Now, let's get to the real topic for today. We're going to talk about the MN Academy journey. Now, if you were watching my videos way back when, as in January, so we're basically playing catch up, by the way, if you didn't realize. There are loads of things to talk about because it's been, 9 months? So let's talk about the MN Academy properly. So first of all, MN Academy is in London. It now focuses on screen acting, and it has a course that, I took for 3 terms. You can do 4 terms as well, but that's obviously going to be more up to you. So first of all, term 1, basically focus a lot more on screen acting foundations, right? It talked about understanding the difference between theater and screen. Now, obviously, in general, we have an idea that's different. You know, theater is like it's on stage. Screen is on camera. But other differences, like in theater, you want to be big. You want to be loud and explosive because you want to make sure that the last person in the last row can hear you. On camera, on screen though, you wanna talk to the camera like I'm doing right now. We're trying to communicate with the camera, and that's it. I know there are gonna be people on screen, but I'm acting for the camera, so I can't be all big and loud and all over the place. So, focus a lot on that. We talked about like how changing a slight eye line, English work with me, a change in the eye line, just even like a little, like from here to here or here to there, can make a massive difference. And lastly, how important it is to understand the you. No, not the TV show. I mean the you, the person, the one who's actually acting. Because again, how you perform as a person is different to how you perform on camera. Sometimes we kind of overdo it, we overthink it, but if we just kind of focus on how we operate in general and then just work that into the camera, does a really good job. Now, I should say this before I continue. First of all, this is not any kind of promotion. This is not me teaching any of you, because who the hell am I to teach you anything at this point, especially when it comes to acting. For mathematics, I can't teach you. If you're watching this and you need a math tutor, let me know. Anyway, it's important to understand the difference and things like that. So that was term 1. We finished it with like a paired scene as like not an audition, but like a showcase. And my scene partner and I, we did a scene from Friends. It's when, I think this was after Ross had did the dirty business, after Rachel and Ross were on a break. And his argument was they were on a break. Her argument is, so anyway, I digress. Term 2 saw a lot more filming. We did a lot more scene studies or scenes where we were acting in different kind of, let's say, characteristics. Now, this term also helped us a lot to understand what characters we work best at, how to learn lines, how to practice lines, understanding the pressure of getting a script a day prior, maybe 2 days prior, and then, getting ready for the scene. And you just gotta do your best. You gotta trust your instincts, but also understand what the script is requiring from you. But again, to double down is to know how to play you in the best way possible. Again, not the TV show, stop it. The you, the person, the one who's watching me, the person on screen, right? Oh, and also I can't forget, the coach would give you immediate response, feedback, guidance, and so that's always really helpful too. And that was term 2. Had a good time. The showcase was 2 different, actually just 1 different scene, but I made a friend and I did 2 scenes. Anyway, one of the focuses that we had to figure out was, what kind of characters we play best. This we learned more about just honestly, like, every day to day, and like the more you spend time on screen, you see yourself act and you see how you interact with people on screen, and also what kind of roles you want to play. You realize, oh, I like that. Oh, I like that too. And I can now tell you, by this point, I knew that I wanted to play, and excuse my language, I want to play the asshole of the TV show or the asshole of the film. Now, I'm not saying I need to be the antagonist, although that'd be great. Loki, he's more of an anti-villain, so maybe not him. Thanos. I digress. Playing the asshole of the TV show. Now, for example, in Suits, right? A fantastic TV show, by the way. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it. I love Suits, and that's the kind of setting I think I can see myself in. Whether it's playing somebody like, I don't want to say like I should play Harvey, like he got charisma, he oozes charisma and all that. Different point. Somebody like Hardman. I forgot his first name in the TV show, but Hardman was kind of like he was the prick, right? Nobody really liked him. And that's the kind of role, I can see myself playing. Somebody said to me, I look like a crypto scammer. And you know what? Why not? Let's make that into a TV show as well. So there you go. There you go. So term three saw us practicing and gearing ourselves towards the audition. Now the audition was for the MN Academy. Wait, let me correct that. The MN Agency. Obviously, if you get signed, you get represented by MN Agency, and you increase your chances of getting better roles and things like that, right? So that was the hope. So that was what we were focusing on. That's what we were preparing for. And in the term itself, we spent some time on doing some close-up screen acting, which is really difficult because if you couldn't tell, I move around a lot. I move my hands a lot. And so to try and just focus on this frame here was a massive challenge. And when you're that close up, every little change makes a difference. Whether I'm looking at you like this or look at somebody there. See what I mean? Now, communication collaboration was key, and we were able to speak to the coach. The coach prepared us really well. I chose a scene from the film called Lion. Now, although this didn't exactly fit my playing the asshole of the show, but you also have to understand what you look like and what kind of people can you play. So Lion is about a boy who was adopted by an Australian family, and he was on the hunt to find out, well, not on the hunt just yet, but he was troubled by his past, and he wanted to figure out and find out where his family was because he had memories before he was adopted. That's a really hard place to be at. Obviously, emotionally, I can't put myself there, but that's the job of an actor. You have to find ways to do that, right? So I did my best to get in that position, and the scene was an argument between myself and in the film, my partner, who could not understand what I was going through and was constantly trying to egg me on to be like, just calm, it's okay, blah, blah, blah. And it just wasn't working. I don't have the video of that. If I did, I'd actually show it to you guys here, but it is what it is. So I thought I did terribly. I'll be honest with you. I thought I flunked that, and I left that audition day distraught, and I felt that way for like the next week and a half. A bit of an exaggeration, to be honest. I should have just kind of been like, it's fine, look, move on, whatever. But, it's a big deal. I had a lot of, really value that moment. Got an email back from them about 2 weeks later. I found out that I have an interview with them. I was like, whoa, that's stage 2. Okay, that's kind of cool. So it gave me a bit of hope. I had a meeting with them, and unfortunately I didn't get represented by them, but there is an open communication channel that I have with them, which is fantastic because that means if I have any questions or need to figure something out, I can reach out to them, advice on what best to do to audition or things like that. And I think one of the reasons they asked me back for an interview is because I fit a certain niche. And so that's something people have to be mindful of, is knowing your character, knowing where you fit in the industry, knowing how to market yourself like that, and then doing a good job, take classes, keep learning, keep improving. And before I finish the entire video, there's one thing I wanted to talk about as well, is a skill that I will now hold on to and keep in mind. And the skill is to, before going for the scene, act out the highest stakes possible, or at least prepare for the highest stakes possible. It's almost like prepare for the worst case scenario, and then in reality, you might get like maybe 50% of that, maybe 40%. It doesn't matter. The point is you have prepared yourself in acting, at least in the scene, the worst possible scenario, the best possible case. If it's a scene that requires a really heavy emotional scene, for example, this was one of the exercises that we did. The person, I, was going back to work after finding out that something had happened to his mom. and he had a really rough day, blah, blah, blah. And so the scene was set up in a way where the worst of the worst could have happened to his mom. Maybe, she was, again, I'm gonna have to censor this. Maybe she was raped. Maybe she was attacked terribly and was left in a really bad state. Maybe she's back home. He has younger siblings or whatever, yada, yada, yada. Worst case scenario. The best case scenario could be, mom was a bit unwell. Maybe she was a bit sick and you had to take care of the mom. And that's about it. That's like best case scenario. But the worst case scenario was what I just mentioned earlier. So is that skill? If it's the worst possible scenario, think and prepare for the worst possible scenario. If it's the best possible case, let's say you are celebrating something, but you don't know what it is. You're celebrating your marriage. You're celebrating your closing a massive deal. Maybe that's really important to you. Stuff like that, depending on what the scene requires. So just that skill. Now, again, I'm going to say this one more time. I'm not trying to teach any of you. I'm just sharing what I've learned, and I think that's important. So that's the end of my MN Academy journey. Well, maybe not yet. We'll have to wait and see. The hunt continues is probably what I'm going to say. I'm going to end the video with that. I'm going to see you in the next one. Now, please take care of yourself and get out.